Alright, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I wanted to get this party started about 30 minutes ago, but my kid was being a little bit problematic. Anyway, we shall get started and do this recorded game cast of 2018-2019 RTS Sanctuary Age of Mythology 1v1 Winter Tournament. Boy, that is a mouthful. So we finals, if you can see up there at the top, between Shelty and Joe. This is a best of 7. And just real quick before we get in, I'll just show the brackets so we kind of have an idea of how they got here. So this is, oh, let's see, how do I get it off of here to this? Okay, there we go. Is this gonna work? No. How are we gonna get this thing to work here? Oh, I know what is going on. Hey, what's up? Okay, is my overlay working here? Don't tell me I jacked stuff up when I was testing this earlier. So this should be my display. I think I jacked something up. I'm so good. So let's, okay, this screen's working. This screen is not. So it must be my display. Oh, working. So maybe we can just move this down. No, see, this is not working. Okay. Okay. Trying to get it so we just got the game here. Now let's try this screen. Is this working? Okay, I think it is. Okay, now it is working. Man, I really suck at this. I've been doing this for a few years, but I suck at it. Anyway, so yes, this is the brackets. Okay, they are showing up. So this is the brackets right here. So this is following the group stage. So we originally, I think there was 24 players and divided into, math is my friend, 6 groups, I think. And the top 2 of each group advanced. And now that's where this goofy looking bracket came from. So we're following Shelty at the very top. Actually has not lost a match yet in the tournament. And Joe towards the bottom has given up a game each time in his series. So Shelty probably the favorite coming in, given the fact he hasn't even lost yet. AOM Extended, no, this is the AOM original. So I got a few people in chat. Good to see. Yes, it is a very rare night stream. It's actually a very rare stream at all these days. Been really busy. I think it's been like 2 weeks since my last stream. So this being a best of 7, this might take a while. I'm hoping to get it all in tonight. So we might be here late. But if it gets too late and I just can't stay awake, we might have to kind of shove it over to another day. But trying to get it all in tonight, that way it's all in one video, because I do have a YouTube channel where all of my videos are saved to. So let me do a little self-advertising there in the stream. But anyway, so I want to get it all in one, hopefully. But we'll see. If I start falling asleep, well then, whatever. So you don't speak much English. That's okay. I hope maybe you at least understand some of it. So we're going to get in to these games. Shelty primarily a Loki player. Joe primarily a Isis player. But they might switch it up a little bit in these finals. Sometimes Shelty plays a little bit of Set. But so far he's been playing all Loki in this tournament. So we will see. So let's get in to our games. I've got the first 4 of the series moved in. There may be more, there may not be. I actually don't know the results. So these were actually played about a week ago. So just if anybody happens to wander into chat and knows, actually let's how would I do this? I also got another little command here. I think it is Let's be please no spoilers. That would be awesome. So let's jump into game one here. Does this command work? Might not. I'm so good at this stuff. So anyway, yeah. No spoilers, please. That would be awesome. So we're going to jump into game one. Joe versus Shelty, and not waste any more time considering it's already 10 p.m. and it's way past my bedtime already as it is. So game one. So interesting that we have a little bit of a difference here. You goof. Alright, so it's kind of interesting that we already have a little bit of a god deviation. Joe has played Isis throughout this entire tournament, as far as at least through the bracket stage. But here he is set, which is a little bit interesting. It gives him a little more early map control, which he's probably maybe a little bit worried about facing a Loki who gets map control early, pushes the enemy into the base, and then typically kind of goes for a gold star, if at least Loki versus Egyptian. That's usually how it goes, is early 6, 7, 8 Hersier and classical age, push into the base, and then heroic age try to push off of gold. So anyway, that is probably kind of what we'll be seeing. But we have in the top left is Joe. He is blue and he is set. In the bottom right we have Shelty. He is red and he is Loki. I imagine he's got hunting dogs. He does. Imagine Joe has hunting dogs. He does. And one thing to note about Alfheim is that it typically is kind of low to medium hunt, though occasionally it is high hunt, depending on if aurochs spawn or not. And no aurochs, I believe, will be spawning because there will be 2 additional sets of hunt. And we have both of them here. One's deer and the other are these elk or caribou, whatever they are. Shut up. Now the only difference is that sometimes one of these packs will spawn twice for each player, so there could be 3 hunting packs, but I'm only seeing 2 for each player, and then just it looks like an original 4 for their hunt. So yeah, this will be towards the lower end of it. Why the green rectangle? That is to cover up the recorded game bar, because otherwise you would see watching when the recorded game is about to get over, and that kind of ruins a bit of the surprise, shall we say. On my end, I have the end of it covered with my cell phone, so that I don't know when it's going to end either. So we'll probably see Shelty advance to maybe 4:45, 5 minutes, and just try to push Joe back into his base. Joe will have to be getting both his forward hunt, and in fact actually both his hunts are really far forward, which is a little bit bad for him. Also the fact that there's this bear here that is just kind of messing this all up here. Like, this is a lot of extra idle villager time just because of that bear. Okay, I don't like what Legendary Raider is saying in chat, is trying to keep just one ox cart here and have your wood and gold share. I don't like that, because you're gonna have to get a second anyway, and even though you would save a little bit of vill time, because you'd get villager out first, ox cart later, but what it also does is it gets typically a lot more bumping and walking, because it's just not, this doesn't work as well with trying to get a bunch of villagers on gold and a bunch of villagers on wood. So you can be cute and do it if you want to, but I find it's just best just to get your second. So looks like Shelty will be aging up soon, probably about 4:45. I think he has this scouted. No, yeah, he does. So he'll know to send early Hersier down here to check for hunt. And actually, let's take a look real quick. It always is important. Relics. We have the Eye of Ornlu, which doesn't do too much. Ooh, the Osberg Reagan. This is probably the best relic in the game, generally speaking. It makes caravans cheaper and they move faster. It's phenomenal, especially if an Egyptian gets it. So if Joe can get this and make it to late game, this relic will come in huge. The other relic, Nose of the Sphinx, gives a little more building HP. And then the Pharaoh grabbed, what was that relic? Something different. Yes, they can choose whichever god they want. It is free choice. They did do blind pick, so going into the matches they didn't know who the opponent would be as far as which god, so Shelty probably would have assumed Joe would go Isis, but he went with Set, which I feel still is a pretty decent matchup. So Shelty will try to get Joe pushed off of this hunt. It's going to be important to get Joe into his base and off of the faster gathering hunt as quick as he can. I would have liked to see maybe both of his Herseer go forward sooner. He's trying to go pick up a relic that the Pharaoh grabbed. No, see, Eye of Horus or Cathar are not. Cathara's pretty decent, but not as the caravan relic is typically the best. So okay, so now he's coming to the hunt, and Joe got up just in time to get his improvement to his priest and pharaoh. So when you're Egyptian and you advance, your priest gets more attack, more range, and your pharaoh gets more attack or get more range. So. And he is building a barracks. Is he going to try to get this town center? Looks like he is. Yeah, looks like Joe's going forward. Try to get this town center. He also got to be careful. He's got this villager pretty far down already in HP. One thing Joe can do, he aged up with Ptah, is if he's getting too much, if there's too much aggression on this town center, he can just shift these units away. And he might pick off this. Ooh. I think he's going to need... Oh, he kind of got juked there. Shelty is really going in hard here. This is not... At this point, this aggression is not worth it for him. He's just going to lose units here. He's not even going to kill anything. He lost 2 Herseer right here for no reason. Yeah, but... it's better to get the faster and cheaper caravans than +6. Because then it makes caravans better than gold mining in Heroic Age. So, anyway, the attempt of aggression here actually turned out to be pretty poor. For Shelty, he lost 2 Herseer for nothing, slowed it down just a little bit, but that wasn't worth. Also, Joe was able to get with this town center. He also was able to steal one of Shelty's hunting packs, which is pretty significant, given that he only has 2 forward hunting packs, and he already used one of them. So he's already... Oh, and he just did a shift. So he did that suicide kind of rush there just to shift. Find and shift heroes, and he was probably trying to get the cows as well, but he didn't. So too bad. And because of the shift, Shelty is going to see these villagers, which they're running back to the base anyway. But he probably will actually kill 2. He should get 2 at least, maybe even 3. What he should be doing is one of these Herseer should be up trying to build ahead. Like block with a building foundation here. If you would have kind of spread the damage out a little bit less and got targeted more, he would have killed another villager. But it's kind of funny where that shift actually resulted in Joe losing a couple villagers. Have I played against these guys? It's been a while. I don't play much 1v1s anymore. I I've played against Joe. It's probably been a year and a half, I think. I think I beat him then, but he's gotten a lot better in the last year and a half. These are both two of the, I mean, they made it to the finals of the tournament. They're two of the best 1v1 players currently. Shelty, it looks like he is just going to try to get to heroic age without a second town center. And he did use spy here. The going up to age 3 without a second, he's also housed. He's going to be housed. She's 65, 65. Man, if he had the best relic in the game, Eye of Horus, right now, he would not be housed because he'd have 2 more pop. But with him going, what it looks like, just up to age 3 without another settlement, he's really going to be gambling that he's going to be able to kill this with flaming weapons. That's pretty optimistic of him. In fact, Joe might actually, even though he'll be on 2 town centers, might be able to get... No, Joe's eco is... Where is all his food? Joe's a little bit mismanaging his economy right now. He suddenly has found himself without food, but he is actually up almost already. So yeah, Shelty is way behind advancing. This is the one bad thing about having this minimized, is I can't see when people are advancing. It's a little bit annoying. But yeah, Shelty's not even gonna be... Can I do the tech stuff? Probably not as John Shelty. Maybe if I... Okay, so Shelty has to stop this Migdal or he'll never get through here, but I don't know, Shelty's just so far behind both advancing and economy. I don't really see what he can really do here. It's kind of looking like a pretty quickly decided game 1. Just because his aggression on the town center here didn't work out, he lost units, he didn't kill any of blues. And then, because he got pushed off of Hunt, Shelty's advance to heroic age is just crazy delayed. And the fact that Joe on 2 town centers is going to be about 2 minutes faster than Shelty on 1. Shelty is only at 50% right now. And even if he does advance, and, well, he is, but once he gets there and he's going to try to cast flaming weapons to attack somewhere, I mean, what is he going to attack here? With flaming weapons with an army of currently 12 units? So, yeah, I don't like to count people out early, but I think Shelty's probably already out of this one, which if it's a quick game, that's good, because then I won't be up as late. Joe should really consider walls. Okay, as I say that, he's putting walls. Walls are kind of the easy counter to flaming weapons, because flaming weapons being a time god power, the longer you're taking killing stupid walls, the less you're taking killing units. So, I mean, even if he goes forward here and uses flaming weapons right now, he won't even, like, win the battle. So, because all Joe has to do is just make sure he has a little bit of gold, 600, so he can make 4 mercenaries, which do great. Like, yeah, what's he... Here comes the flaming weapons on an army of... yeah, about 12. So, a little bit of retreat. He should have, like, garrisoned and popped everything out on this side. So, Joe's kind of mismanaging his troops, but the fact that Shelty has so few units, it's not really going to matter. I mean, he only has 1 siege unit now, too, but yeah, he's... It's not good when just 20 seconds into your flaming weapons you have to turn around and call the attack quits. Not good at all. I beat Joe once, I'm better forever. I also beat Magic once, so I'm better than him. Well, you are right. So yes, I think this is rest in peace Shelty game 1, because outside of flaming weapons, which is Loki's kind of key to winning the game, especially against the Egyptian, he's not going to have much. And the fact that he's only at 1 town center, his dwarfs are getting raided as we speak. with ancestors being cast on his dwarves, I think this might encourage a very quick resignation from Mr. Shelty. Even the ox cart. So you target the ox cart first so that before these dwarves can even start mining again, they have to wait for an ox cart to come. Here comes the Herseer in to save the day. A little bit too late. Joe making elephants. He should probably be making maybe a siege workshop, but at this point he could really do whatever he wanted. I mean, he could delete this entire army and still win. Yeah, so now these dwarves are coming back, waiting for, I mean, if they want to drop off, they'll be coming way down here, way down there, somewhere. Oh, I missed this. We've got a mountain giant here kicking a tower. The mountain giant, one of the coolest units in the game. Like, just his attack animations are just pretty awesome. Especially the fact that he has a special attack animation against dwarfs where he will kick a dwarf. That's just pretty cool that they took the time to put that in. I mean, like, why? So unless this mountain giant, like, manages to kill this entire base. Uh-oh. Here comes Pharaoh. Alright, so the mountain giant, we can't rely on that for a last hope, so that's not gonna happen. This mountain giant has done more work than the entire rest of Shelty's army. Gotta pay, yep, there you go. Run back just a bit. Try to get your units maybe behind the siege tower, because siege towers are pretty good meat shields. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I would have probably tried to like retreat the chariots a little bit and maybe put the priest into a... You can actually garrison priests and some other units into your siege tower. You should have thrown his priests in his siege tower, waited for the elephants to come as those extra meat shield. Maybe you're right. See, it's been so long since I played the campaign. But yeah, even though Joe that was overall kind of a poorly managed battle as far as military, does it really matter? No, because Shelty's got almost no military. So I kind of hope that Shelty resigns quickly so we can move on to game 2. Because we're gonna watch each game to the bitter end, whatever end they may be, and bitter or not. And here come these chariots. They're going to come up here and put an end to the gold mining operations, probably for good. Just like the long-range pick-off of this poor dwarf. Like, I could just see in their minds, like, as they're running, like, oh, please don't shoot me first. And then when all the arrows target their buddy, probably everybody else is pretty relieved. Like, yes, they killed Andy first. Andy being a really great dwarf name. It's actually one of my brother's names. And since I have 7 brothers, this is kind of us. Look, there's 8 of us. So this is all my family right here. I'm watching my family die. All of my brothers are dying. Okay, well, maybe not. Do we live? Ooh. No. Oh! The last shot killed one of my brothers. Anyway, too bad. Town center's down. And that is the game. So, wow. That was complete and utter demolition. A regular demolition derby in Shelty right here. Holy smackerel. So that's game 1. And because I'm awesome, let me really quick here get these standings up to the top with my scoreboard. And I will edit said standings and put Joe as 1. So Joe with a 1 next to his name has drawn first blood. Phew. Just the civilian difference, probably the resource. Yeah, wow. So Egyptians gather slower for an Egypt than other civs. For the Egyptian to have caught up at the 9-minute 40-second mark is not a good sign. And then, of course, we have the rest there. So that was a quick game 1. So because it's free pick and they can change, I wonder if Shelty just getting his butt completely kicked here. I wonder if we will see some god change by Shelty where he will change to something else, because his game plan against Set here did not work. Not at all. So we are just going to jump right into game 2 here. And interesting. We had both guys switch. So we're at game 2. Spawning on the right side of the map. Right about 4 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. 3. 4? I don't know. Let's not even use clocks. Who uses analog clocks anyway? Anyway, spawning on the right is Shelty. He is switched to Thor. And spawning on the bottom left side of the map is Joe. And he has switched from Set to Isis. And again, I'll remind you guys that this is blind pick, so they don't know which gods the others are picking. And I also will remind you guys, please no spoilers. This is to be completely blind. So we will look at the fish. Midgard has kind of been one of those maps that has gotten a little bit of kind of controversy lately. Is it fair? Is it not fair? Whatever you want to say. Joe's got some fish down here. Fish. So he's got 9-pack pretty close, and Shelty got his first dock right on that very first pack, but then his other two are a little bit further away. So Joe's kind of in the middle of these. Not too good. I mean, overall, Shelty's first dock placement a little better, but they 3, 6, 9, 12. They got. I mean, the fish is pretty much the same. What's Joe got? 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 on his side. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 9. Shelty's got like maybe 3 more fish on his side. So this being a water map will actually change things up quite considerably. Not only to mention that they both switched their gods. So this is pretty standard. You see the 4 on food for the Egyptian, the 4 on wood, and then you send in gold so you can start getting more docks and start getting your temple gold replenished, and also maybe an obelisk or 2 by your priest. So Joe's got his first fish down here. He does have his other pack right there. The Isis here can kind of do a variety of different things. They can just try to do a straight to heroic age, just relying on fish income to get there, or can fight like water and classical age, and then kind of try to do kind of a brief water battle into kind of a semi-fast heroic. You typically don't see an elongated classical fight from an Egyptian on this map. Shelty, probably his best bet is to go water early, boot Joe off of water, and then at that point he could either try to go to heroic himself or either frost. Does he get frost? Man, I just don't play Thor enough to know. Thor, yeah, gets frost or flaming weapons. Either one of those real big power surges, which that's probably what I would do if I were him. Would be the early water harass followed by a semi-fast heroic with just kind of continual push on land. We're looking at town center placements here. We actually did get 2 rather forward placements for Midgard. Midgard can kind of vary. Each map kind of has different ways the settlements can spawn. Midgard can, I think, have 2 side town centers, or 1 side town center and 1 front town center. So we got the side front combination here, which is probably better. Well, it'd be better for whoever's on the aggression. I would think that Shelty will end up getting the advantage for the aggression. This is a pretty nice Thor map. Just the fact that he can use dwarves so well. Yes, so you've actually put something in chat that really bothers me as watching Egyptian players, is that they will empower a certain drop-off point that has fewer villagers. This pharaoh should definitely be at his town center. Remember, this is 20% in power, additional resources, so he's only getting 4 villagers at 20%. So that's now he's moving. But yeah, I don't know why players will do that, where they'll be like, well, I'm going to power my gold mine with 3 villagers and an archaic age while I got 10 villagers on hunt just over here. That is not, mathematically is wrong. Shelty's aging up a little bit slow for Thor, but he's probably wanting to get a pretty decent fish boom. So he'll be up right around 5:30. Joe probably is not even advancing yet. Oh, so he just started. So Joe will be up about 5:45. So he's about 15 seconds slower. Shelty with 1 dock here and 1 dock here. I'm kind of questioning that. Okay, now he's building a 3rd dock, and with all of these wood villagers, gonna have to say he's gonna be doing some early fish harass, which is good. You don't want an Isis or any Egyptian to get free access to fish. And actually, the way Midgard spawns now is fish tend to not be hugging the corners, or hugging the shore. So it's pretty easy to get harassment onto fish and make them go idle. So I think if Shelty transitions to boat harass, which it definitely looks like he's doing based on his villager distribution here, that he will be able to get do some pretty decent damage with it. So yeah, he has put out a queue longboats on both of his flanking docks. I'm wondering if he's going to get... Okay, so he is already getting per sign, which improves his fishing ships. That's good. The reason he's doing this is he's anticipating he's going to be on the aggression, so he can afford to get the economic upgrade for his fishing ships. Like to see him start going forward. Another very forward dock here. He has all this scouted. He sent a fishing ship to scout where all the fish are. This is actually a pretty good idea. Also got this Valkyrie forest fire incoming. Oh, nope, no it's not. Monument to block. That's good. Otherwise, an early forest fire on all these wood villagers would be pretty devastating to any fishing or any warboat construction. So he has 2 up here. I'd like to see... He's really missing out on an opportunity. He could have blocked this dock from coming up if he had sent these out earlier. So slight opportunity missed. And this... Okay, we've got the Herseer coming down to respond. And the Sphinx trying to get... Nope. So what's interesting, dwarves actually have a little bit more HP than a normal villager. A dwarf can actually withstand, pretty sure they can withstand 3 attacks from a Sphinx, and a normal villager cannot. So just a little tidbit of information. Dwarves a little bit stronger. So yeah, we can see just by the ship numbers. Could he forest fire at the edge? Yes, he could have forest fired this tree here and gotten that. It would have still been worth it, I would think. So we're looking at the comparisons of fishing. We've got Shelty has more boats fishing right now, but he's pretty poor micro right here. He's oh wow, this is really poor. Who won the final? No spoilers, please. This is why we're doing it. Let me remind everybody in chat. No spoilers. Thank you. I think that command works. Maybe it didn't earlier. But yeah, no spoilers in chat. I'd appreciate it. If you want to send a private message to the guy, give it to him. But don't put it in the chat, because I don't know. We're going into this blind. So Shelty kind of took a bad battle here. Because he took a bad battle here, is forcing his other boats back. So not good by Shelty that he's being forced to defend with all of his boats now. Like he has the boat, or did have the boat advantage here, that he could have pushed through there. but now because he had bad micro here, he is now in the defensive everywhere. So he's got to send these boats back while these are just... So he has to have these here because Joe's boats might come this way and come back. So that one boat battle really cost him. And in fact, doesn't even have enough boats to defend this. One of the things he's got going on right now is he's advancing to age 3. So he is not able to keep up with boat production. Like, he doesn't want to build longboats right now because he's going to be making siege ships in a minute. So this is actually a really good timed push by Joe, but he's going to lose all of this here. Maybe keep his Sphinx alive, but he's going to lose his priests. And he saw his villagers come in. Joe was thinking of getting this town center. I wonder if Joe is aging up. He is almost up. So yeah, now he's being forced. He sees this army here, so he's got a barracks out to pump out some axemen. This is looking really good for Joe. Shelty was not able to get any aggression at all. I don't even think he made a single fishing boat ever go idle. And we've seen all of the boats that Shelty had to go idle. So that's pretty significant. Look at all these low hit point boats too. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3. 3 of these boats are almost dead. Yeah, this game too is not going well at the beginning for Shelty. A really bad boat micro here on that very first battle forced him to be defensive everywhere on water, which forced almost all of his boats to be defensive, or all of his boats, fishing boats, to be garrisoned. So, wow, this is... Could not have gone worse for Mr. Shelty here. And you can see he's already 500 points behind an Egyptian. And his boats are still getting raided. He's losing his forward town center. We'll switch over to Shelty's line of sight here real quick. And yeah, we have Ancestors Eclipse going in on the gold mine here. And that is game 2. Man, if it keeps going this way, this 7-game series is going to be over in like an hour. Why chat is Spanish? Because I got some Spanish people that also like playing Age of Empires. Well, Age of Mythology, I guess. But, wow. Just everything went wrong for Shelty. He never put pressure on anywhere. He was the one pressured. Idle villagers, a bad fight here. Bad fight actually everywhere. I mean, he kept losing boat battles over and over and over. Age of Empires is pretty cool too, Mr. Advanced. Quick look at the timeline, which will show... I mean, just look at the kill-loss ratio. 7 units killed, 26 lost. I'm no mathematician, but I think that means a very bad kill-death ratio. So let us update our said scoreboard here. And Joe 2, Shelty 0. Well, it's the best of 7. So 3-0 won't be the end. Yes, if you need a bracket, these are the finals. Let me actually, I got it up. Man, I was just ready for you. Right here is our bracket. So, I'll go over this again, since I went at the beginning of the chat, when nobody was here pretty much. This tournament started as a group stage. 24 players, I believe. There was 4 players in each group. The top 2 from each group advanced. So that's how we came up with this bracket. I think there was one bracket that only advanced 1 due to inactivity. So they advanced to this single elimination bracket. We've got Shelty at the top, who up until the finals had not lost a game. And Joe down at the bottom, who went 2-1 against Monster, and then 3-1 against Brickhead. And right now, in a best of 7 in the finals, Joe is up 2-0 over Shelty. So let us move on to game number 3. Now, just because I have 4 games here doesn't mean that there's only 4 games in the series. I just moved the first 4 over. So now we're into game 3. And we now have Shelty, seeing as he has been getting kicked around the map when he's been trying Norse. He is now set. So we have Set versus Set. So up in the top left, we have Shelty. In the red, Set. And down on the bottom right, we have Joe. In the blue, he is also Set. And this is Savannah. This is a very, I don't know, I kind of think this is a pretty tasty Set matchup here on Savannah. Iron Magic's the best player. Yes, he is. He's not active right now, so he did not participate in this tournament. What makes this map so tasty to me, when we're talking Set V versus Set matchups, is that the hunt, especially the forward hunt, which almost all hunt on this map is forward, is really indefendable. So it's really going to be, aggression is going to be key here. If we can have one player get early advantage over the other and take control of the map and get the hunt, that can be the end right away. So a lot of, you might see like early priest pharaoh fights over hunt. Also, what's interesting here is we have no forward town centers. These town centers spawn to the side, and we got one rhino here, and there's decent amount of hunt for Savannah. Giraffes are about medium-ish. You can actually get all the way up to like 9 or 10 giraffes. We do have elephants. 2 elephants here for Shelty. Joe's elephant spawned pretty close to this town center here. They'll make this town center a good early grab. And he also gets, man, yeah, he needs to get this town center, because this town center will protect both this gold mine and pretty much will protect these elephants. So Joe's got a pretty good map just based on this town center right here. Yeah, Mattress in the finals would have been pretty cool. Just, he lost a few close games to Shelty, which was too bad. So here, it's kind of interesting. Typically in Set v Set battles, a Set player will race to get like a forward town center and get map control. Here, of course, we don't have any forward town centers. So you kind of have where one could just go forward one town center fast heroic and push, and the other could go too. But it's probably going to be better if they each grab a town center in advance. With these elephants being here, it's going to favor Joe, although that is a bit of a long walk if he chooses to walk these villagers down here. But he does have his rhino there as well. What kind of relics we got on this map? The Anvil of Hephaestus, a little bit cheaper armory techs, and then the Trios bowl, which makes archers do more damage. It's a good relic for Set, who gets their yes. So this is good pressure here. This is going to stop at least the conversion for a little bit. You want to sign up for the hybrid tournament? Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that at some point, probably. He started converting them with 20 priests. Yeah, that won't work because the conversion time is so long. I don't know why Joe spent so many villagers to shoot at this lion here. Ooh, we're going to have a key battle over these lions. And Joe's already got 2. I don't think yep, he's going to have to stop. And now he's going to get this 3rd one. So this is key right here. Real big. He gets this 3rd lion. So 3 lions to 1. Actually, what would be good for Shelty, which I don't know, he did scout it. Rather than getting these stupid little lions, as soon as he saw these elephants way down here by this town center, he should have sent a priest down here to convert these elephants. Because that is, what is it? Elephant's got 750 food. So that is a huge food swing just by taking 1 elephant. So yeah, as soon as he scouted these, this is priority for priest conversion right here, these elephants. One nice thing about Shelty, though, is he can move from these giraffe to these elephants on his before going to the town center. And if Joe wants to move, he's got to go all the way across. Building a wall here. I think he's maybe a little bit scared of early aggression, possibly. How are we doing for researching? Both are going age 2 Ptah. And it will be about a 440 for Joe. And again, about a 440 for Shelty. Will we have any forward shifting sand shenanigans where they might like try to convert an opponent's town center? Like, almost be worth it for Shelty to do it for this town center here. Actually, the problem is then Joe could react with his own town center, and he's kind of getting all these villagers up. So he's moving off of gold because he has enough gold to advance to or get his town center. So now he's going pure hunt. Shelty with a long walk up here. Yeah, the elephant is probably 15 seconds slower of a conversion than the lion, but what good did the lion really do you in this case? Like, he could have at least had one elephant for sure. Probably not the second one, just based on how long it would have taken him. But if he converts just one elephant, that's huge. I mean, you do get a slight, there's like a, what is it, 25% like penalty when you convert convert an animal if the food goes down. So you'd get like maybe 500 food. So yeah, 1250 food. Yeah, I don't like this town center grab here. I guess he does kind of need it for the gold mine, so maybe the town center grab is okay, but I don't like the villagers that he sent to do it. Like, what he should have done, keep these villagers hunting. Once he had 400 with the 400 gold, he should have sent his gold miners up here. Just, this is a lot longer to walk for his villagers. He could have just moved them straight from here to here, and he's converting his own elephants because he sent his villagers up here. So he's, how much food? So 562. So yeah, it is about a, what is it? Yeah, about a 25% penalty. And this rhino is done. They're probably both going to try to do 2 town center fast heroics, which with this amount of hunt we'll probably see like 9-minute advances, maybe 9:30. Just looking at how this has turned out, Joe is definitely going to be advancing faster than Shelty. I'd be surprised if Shelty ages up first. Let's take a look at the text quick. Just hunting dogs. I'd like to see a pickaxe. He has hunting dogs and husbandry. Husbandry really not helping too much at this point. Yeah, he's converting his... Getting the cheaper armory relic here. Joe doing a good job walling off, or trying to wall off at least this part of the map, but he left a hole right here. He is getting the other relic too. This is the good relic. This is the one that gives archers more attack. I think this might be the one that's got the miss. The trios bow might be the one that gives more range actually. And yeah, he's walling down here. Never underestimate the power of walls. I mean, just the ability to control the map and get choke points where you can walk through. Yeah, the map is better for Joe. The fact that his elephant were so close to this town center, very advantageous to him, and the fact that he's got this gold mine in the corner. But if Shelty converts these elephants, that eliminates that benefit. And he could have gotten the one. And to me, that was the easy play. As soon as these elephants got scouted, wherever his priest was, which I think he was up here, walk him down here and get the elephants. Instead, because he mismanaged his hunting villagers and sent them way up here, he had to convert his own elephants and move all these vills back now without... Yeah, like these villagers and the ones he sent up here could still be gathering food right here. Instead, the hunting villagers he sent up here are now cutting wood and mining gold. So he'll be up. That's actually pretty quick, 8:30. He's actually faster, but I think he has probably quite a bit fewer villagers. Let's just check post game. Yeah, he's down quite a bit. He's had some idle town center time. Really, that little this because he has idle town center time, that slightly faster advance really isn't going to help him at all. It's just going to take him so long to get any sort of pressure. I mean, like, he's not even building a mid goal at this point, which I'm not really sure why, unless he's just going at age 4, which that makes no sense. Yeah, I would have. 3 town center is definitely better. Probably not 3 town center straight up, because there is that risk of a heavy aggression. Joe's playing this right, where he got the 1 town center right away, and now when he was advancing, he got the 3rd. So that's the right play. I also don't know. This is like very low chance of like success aggression here. And even this, like, I don't know. The fact, when I see that I'm 200 points down at this point, and you kind of, at least Shelty, he's a good enough player to have a feel. He should know that his classical age was kind of scuffed with all of the villager walking he had. He should not be building forward, because he's not going to be able to hold it. He's going to be behind. I mean, unless there's some sort of miracle that pulls out here. Shelty's in a pretty decent hole already. Joe still has quite a bit of food that he can fall back on. I mean, he's still got monkeys aren't. Did Shelty scout the back gold mine? He did. Yep, he's got it scouted, so he knows it's there. Yeah, this is very optimistic, and he's getting his town center now too. It's a little bit slower. Nobody ever got. Well, somebody started to get that hunt, but they never actually did. Or did Joe eat it? Yeah, Joe ate it. Never mind. It's just because of the line of sight. It is important to get siege towers in the Eggy versus Eggy battles. They really do tank a ton of damage. And anytime you can force your opponent to micro, that's great. Joe's actually taking some bad fights here. Losing a few units. Yeah, see, I thought so. Try his bow. The description says it increases damage. It actually gives more range. 2 more range. So his chariots have 22 range compared to Shelty's 20, which is pretty important. But yeah, I'm just looking here. This aggression is just a little bit misplaced. Like, the push on these houses doesn't accomplish much. Like, if he can push somewhere where he can easily make important villagers go idle, that's awesome. Like, I would have liked to seen him like forward, down, I don't know, maybe down here somewhere, because you know he's gonna be mining from this gold mine, which is a tough mine to get to, granted, but Shelty is full pop. Joe is not quite. Joe's got a little bit of an eco problem here. He's got 1,200 gold, but since he's on the defensive, he can turn all of that into mercenaries pretty easily. And that's kind of the problem attacking when you're Egyptian versus Egyptian. Joe can pump out those super strong mercenaries, and Shelty can't because town centers are both back. So, kind of a frustrating part of this game is that in this game, in this map especially, it's defender's advantage because the defender has access to mercenaries and the attacker does not. So Joe's got ancestors, which is actually good because Shelty does not have very many priests, only 3. And Shelty also used his ancestors. I don't know where this Pharaoh is doing. Nothing. Okay, he's finally wandering up to get. Okay, so Sphinx, the Scorpion is dead. Joe's got the early heavy chariots tech. That's really good. Joe is pushing here. Just a better eco. And I agree with you. He should have tried to push here. This is kind of pointless. killed, and you're gonna kill a tower. But yeah, you just see these mercenaries. This is why it's just defender's advantage here, and Shelty should have known he was behind just based on how he did it classically. Just relied on a defensive, just holding on. Like now, because his aggression has failed, he's gonna be even further behind. Like his Migdol is dead, his siege towers or siege workshops are dead. He's really doesn't have much to fall back on. He's got about 100 villagers all bonking into each other in this gold mine here. He only has pickaxe. And Joe he's already got the second wood, second gold. So Joe is substantially ahead here. Substantially ahead, and it's just comes down to the difference in their archaic or in their classical / archaic age. Is that Shelty had a lot of villagers walking around, kind of mismanaged where he sent his villagers, which put him in an economical disadvantage, and now we have what we have. So Joe really can just do some raids now. This is a great wall, but it doesn't protect from chariots that can just park right here and throwing arrows over the wall. Would it be cool if like walls could like block like projectiles? That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so nice wall, bro, but it's not doing anything. We'll just watch these chariots pick off villagers. So he's killed 2, 3. Now Shelty's noticed, and like, where is he gonna go for gold? Where he advanced? Ah, man, I hate these fast advances. He spent 2,000 resources for tornado, and because he said, I guess he does get a few animals, but the tornado's just not going to do in this situation, isn't going to do 2,000 worth of damage. I don't like it. Like, even if he uses tornado and kills a town center, that's 500 resources, and then build time maybe 600. Yeah, like he's sending this guy in to probably tornado here. I mean, you kill it, big deal. You just spent 2,000 resources, you have no army. It looks like he's going to do tornado. So he did this in another game where he did a tornado followed by a shift. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to tornado this and shift here to take this. But Joe probably up soon. Yeah, see, Joe's up. He's up Thoth. So Shelty gets this. He can just meteor this. And he also has his own shifting sands that he can just react now to. In fact, he'll probably just shift. Well, he doesn't really need to yet. Shelty's grabbing this, doing a little bit of damage here. Like, I would just meteor this when it's at like 70%, because Shelty's not going to be able to hold this position. Look at these slow siege towers rumbling. Like, this is the only way Joe can lose, so he shifted. He actually shifted. That's kind of a poor shift. Okay. That would have meteored that, but whatever. I guess he's thinking he probably isn't going to be able to stop 6. Yes, meteor does damage to unbuilt town centers. So Joe's kind of mismanaged this here. Now he's using meteor. I would have done it before. Yeah, so he needs to get needs to target the Pharaoh though. Kill the Pharaoh. But yeah, we're kind of seeing that Shelty's army is kind of disappearing. His villagers are disappearing. His Pharaoh's disappearing. Dead. And that's the end of that. I guess this guy, all these villagers idle. Now where are they going to go down here, I guess. And that's that. I guess that was the last chance, the last gasp that he had. So, wow, Joe is up to a 3-game lead. Man, I really did not expect this. Yeah, I'm hoping like for some hype Game 7 stuff, but unless Shelty goes for the 4-game reverse sweep here. And Game 4. And so Game 4, moving on real quick. Shelty is now changed again. He is changed to Oranos. Up in the top, we've got Shelty in red as Oranos, and down on the bottom, we've got Joe as blue, and he is Isis, and the map is Blue Lagoon. For those of you unfamiliar with Blue Lagoon, seeing it as a newer map, this is what Blue Lagoon looks like. It's pretty decently... a map that's pretty decently supplied with hunt. The one interesting thing about the hunt is they're usually kind of spread out. So you're not going to have a huge pack of like 15 giraffe. Instead, you have a pack of, like as we see here, some zebra, some gazelle, some more gazelle, rhino, and then up here 2 elephants. So the 2 elephants here. Yeah, if Joe stays set, this is probably a pretty easy win. Even Isis versus Oranos. Shoo. If Shelty can, again, it's kind of the same thing as Loki. If Shelty can get some early pressure, he can do a little bit of damage. The one good thing for Shelty is that Joe does not have any really good back or side gold mines. This is his closest gold mine, and there's no town center nearby to protect. He has no protectable gold mines. So like this one really doesn't protect. Yeah, this is his closest gold mine, and it's not in a good place to protect. And Oranos really not so much worried about map positioning. His goal is to be on the aggressive early, and looks like he will be able to do that. We do have some fairly forward town centers here in the middle. So pretty good map for Shelty to take advantage of. As far as strategy, probably see Joe going for just a 1 town center fast heroic. If he wants to get fancy, he could try a little bit of Anubis raids with the Antibites, and kind of do like a slightly fast heroic. But I think we'll see him go semi-fast heroic from there. He could do a variety of different things. He could just do pre-siege tower. Probably won't though. Probably do more of the standard Migdol with a little bit of camel, elephant, chariot, ancestors, eclipse push. With the way the map turned out though, I would say this is definitely Shelty's advantage for the map. And because of that, really Isis times Loki, pretty close for the matchup for the most part. So smaller stuff like map spawns can really kind of sway the balance of the game. So the fact that Joe has no defensible third or a second gold mine is going to be really good for Shelty. What kind of relics we got? We got Pilda Argus, line of sight for all units. Actually a pretty good one. And then Tusk of the Iron Boar increases cavalry and chariot archer hit points. It's a good one for Egyptian. Man, look at this wall of houses right here. I guess. I personally wouldn't get this crazy about it. I'd make a wall here and a wall here, and then probably another wall here. But you know what? You got to build houses sometime. So Joe will go from this hunt to this hunt. He is already getting Flood of the Nile. That is Isis's unique tech that gives us kind of a slow trickle of food. And then he's going to move up here. It is nice that he had all of his hunt. He had 2 additional hunt spawns over here, so that's helpful. The fact, man, he's really got a lot of no lumber camp either. He's going for a fast advance. He might be doing Anubis, or going for like a 730 7:15, 7:30 Ancestors Eclipse. But oh yeah, and he's got this these elephants here too. Did he scout these elephants? No, he is not. He scouted this hunt and that hunt. Boy, really, the one kind of tough thing about Joe and the way he sent his villagers, though, is that his elephants are on the other side. I mean, this is 1,500 food here. I guess this isn't 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, this is what, 1,000, 1,100 here. So I guess not too bad, and he does have that. Wonder if Joe's gonna try to get this town center. You know, oh wow, 430 advance. So yeah, then we'll probably just see the barracks, counter barracks. Yeah, it doesn't count the tech discount. Joe is really scared about this aggression on this gold mine, but I don't really think Shelty is even going to consider pushing on that gold mine. I think he's more concerned of keeping Joe off a hunt. Okay, so barracks, counter barracks, pretty standard. So you see the auto queue on the Murmillo, Terma. So we'll see a Murmillo, Terma combination coming down here. Just to push him off a hunt. I think he's got line of sight of this hunt. Yep, he sees it. Maybe he's lazy, but I don't think he is, because he's got 2 villagers building. I think he's worried about a push on his gold. Boy, Joe with some... Oh, I can't check. What time is Joe advancing? This is really late. Yeah, see, now he's getting pushed off a hunt at 5. A little premature, the leaving of the hunt. Well, I guess, yeah, he got... So this is where... I don't know. I would have walled here. But this is, I mean, his 6-minute advance really hurt him here, because if he advances at 5 minutes, he can stay here a lot longer and get more of that food. But he's also like rushing his blacksmith when he doesn't even have the resources to age up. Like, he's still 300 gold down. Like, he should have just built it with 1 villager and had all these guys mining. Now he does have pickaxe for his gold. Yeah, he wanted to age up faster than this. This is a little bit slow for what he is trying. Yeah, he's playing it safe, but I don't like it. I think you advance faster here so you can stay on your hunt. And he's up about a 745-ish advance. That's alright. Is Shelty grabbing a second town center? No, he's just making an army. That's a good choice. Just trying to push. Oh wow, this is... Joe is going for the pre-siege. Pre-siege, so what that is it's an army purely of priests and siege towers. It actually works fairly well against Atlantean, but not so much against like really competent Atlantean players. So Shelty should be able to counter this. He is getting his town center, so yeah, so really what he just needs to do, just to make it sound easy, what he should do is try to get full pop army. Try to get like 145 pop. So he's getting this technology which makes priests cheaper. He being Joe. Now he's building his siege workshop. He's so defensive though, like, 'cause it's gonna take forever for him to like do any sort of aggression. So Shelty just really focus on getting a full army, full pop army, and just doing some harass. Hello, Mr. Miriano. Like, the problem with pre-siege is that Joe will have a hard time keeping an aggression and also keeping a gold mine. Like, say he pushes through here, big deal. He still doesn't even have a gold mine. Because, I mean, pre-siege, priest costs, well, with the upgrade, what are they? Exactly, with that cheaper priest upgrade. 30%, so they are 75%. Yeah, going the forward town center is a little bit greedy. You'd typically take the back one. But I just don't know what Joe's gonna do when his gold mine runs out. Yeah, 70 gold. How is he gonna keep a hold of a gold mine while keeping aggression on? Like, I just don't see. Like, with this map, I think this is a pretty low probability of winning strategy. Does he even have hand axe? He does. At least he's got that. But, like, yeah, so this gold mine running out now. And yeah, another monument for more scorps would have been great. So, like, if he wants gold, he's going to have to send his army to defend his gold mine, which will give, like, here, if the Oranos is able to go up to age 3 in a decent spot, he'll be okay. But, holy cow, look at this villager mayhem here. He had them all build a granary, and now... Okay, this is our first main battle of the day. Shockwave just to kill the Sphinx. I mean, not much else you can do with it. I don't know. Okay. Good job of holding on to the Ancestor's Eclipse here. He's trying to do a unit block, but I don't really see the point in that. Like, what's he gonna kill? Like, you do the unit block when you have some sort of way to surround the army, or some building block, but he doesn't have a way to surround it. So I guess he's gonna try to push here and then use the same army to protect this, but yeah, I don't know about that. Shelty currently at full... Oh, now we have Ancestors being cast. Probably a little bit premature, I would say. You could have waited a little bit. Shelty should not... Oh, wow, he just converted the whole crap ton of units to hero here. But I think he needs to get these villagers down here on the siege. Man, if he has his villagers down here, he would hold this. He might hold it anyway, actually. Yeah, he's gonna hold this even without it. Look at Shelty, is very brave. Like, I would have like sent all 4 of these guys down to kill the siege. Well, now they're coming. Now he's like, uh-oh. This last siege tower is kind of living on here. Does he have the Pierce Armor upgrade? Doesn't get it yet. Alright, now we have that. So the problem, when I say that he used Ancestor's Eclipse a little early, that did actually come to bite Joe, because his Ancestors were fighting here while the siege was down here. You typically want to get your Ancestors and the siege on the town center at the same time, because by the time the siege got up here, the Ancestors were dead. If Joe waits another 10 seconds to cast Ancestor's Eclipse, he would have killed the town center, which, at least right now, would have substantially changed the face of the game. Because if he kills this town center in that first push, it's probably a win for him. Right now, it's not over, by any means. It's still a pretty close game. But really, in this situation, the main fear as the Oranos is that push with the Ancestors Eclipse. So Shelty should be okay. Joe only at 99 pop. So yeah, Shelty should be alright now. He's still hunting freely right underneath this obelisk. And Shelty's got to win because this is, Joe wins. This is match point for him. He would win the series. Shelty should have, when he had the time, made a building here. Which it's okay, he's got enough Murmillo to kind of get the siege tower to turn around. Yeah, here comes another Scorpion Man. Alright, his priests... Where were his heroes doing? I guess he's only got one now. But yeah, this is a nice fight for Shelty here. You lose a citizen or two isn't a huge deal. You get them on here because they get the huge attack bonus versus siege. So he's gonna get both, or at least one for sure. Yep, got both of them. He's trying to get a forward temple here, but yeah, I think now Shelty can just push through here and keep Joe off of this gold mine. Look at this villager. She is one tough gal. Still going strong, putting on that attack on the siege tower. And yeah, yeah, that's the push. That was the push for Joe, and it failed, so now the strategy will fail. So Shelty should be able to push through here, get Joe off a gold. Once Joe's off a gold, what's he gonna do? Hit that resign button. As I say it, look. So at least Shelty did not get swept. So 3-1. Yeah, just a slight misplay here on the Ancestors Eclipse. Still, I mean, even if he does it, delays it that 10-15 seconds, would Joe win the game? I'm not saying that. But he would have killed the town center, and that would have changed how this would have went quite dramatically. Kill loss ratio, pretty decent for Shelty. Yeah, just... Yeah, I don't think you can afford the Axemen. You need the Scorpions. So the second monument to get that additional Scorpion Man or two with Ancestors Eclipse, that's better than the Axemen. Because the Axemen die pretty quick to Terma. I don't think the Axemen is the right choice. I agree with the additional Scorpions. He only had one, I think, and then he made another one after. So, 3-1 with Shelty lives on. Just a reminder for those of you maybe just tuning in, no spoilers, please and thank you. So what this means is I have to move another recorded game to my recorded game folder. This is exciting. So I'm going to get you guys back to my overlay screen. Nope, not my overlay. My AOMEE screen here. So I can move. Look at this guy. He knows it's my birthday. Is it my birthday yet? Oh, nope. You're early. 30 more minutes. And it's my birthday. Yeah, so I was going to throw that out later, but Mr. Odenolf, he ruined my surprise. February 14th, 1988 is when little old me came into this world. So that will make me in 32 minutes 31 years old. Let's see, I need to move this next game over. Game 5. Move it to my folder. Over to my winter tournament folder. So yes, I am celebrating my birthday by staying up late going into it. Not 50. Did I say 51? Not 31. I don't think I said 51. But yes, it's my... And actually, when we're on the topic of birthdays, Cam turned 4 on February 3rd. So it's just the time of birthdays around here. Anyway, I have moved this next game over. So we will get back to our game.